Coming up on this episode of Swing Nation, we've got a show wrap-up and a big announcement for Swing Nation fans. Swing Nation episode 69, dare I said it, starts now.
Welcome back. This is Swing Nation episode 69 for Wednesday, December 10th. There might be a holiday coming up. I'm not sure. Probably not important.
Groundhog Day.
It's on the wrong side.
Summer solstice.
Here we go.
Arbor Day?
Arbor Day. It's definitely Arbor Day.
Just hear those sleigh bells ring-a-ling, ting-ting, ting-a-ling too.
You've never looked sexier, Spuds, I have to say.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I just beat up a grandma and stole her Spuds.
Oh, wow. Swing Nation episode 60. Oh, don't say it. 69.
69.
I did it gracefully. You didn't have to say it again.
I'm sorry. I had to come back around.
I said it like an adult. Rick, why don't you tell us what's new and exciting?
Okay.
Hey, here's the deal.
What?
I messed up last time when Mikey was here and I said it's Human Rights Day. It wasn't Human Rights Day that day. That day was National Cake Day. I'm not kidding you.
How do you confuse?
That was National Cake Day, but Nicole wasn't on that show.
Cake is a human right.
Yeah.
God, what a missed opportunity.
Today is Human Rights Day, but go ahead.
Yay, Human Rights Day. That does not a good context for what we're going to talk about.
Oh.
So, this is a special show, I guess, in some way. We wanted to announce that there's going to be some pretty significant changes to the Swing Nation.
It's going through puberty.
It's going through puberty. So there's something that happens in the life of every swing talk show.
There might be some voice changes.
So
Complexion's not so great anymore.
So just to recap, we've been doing this for, we did the math, it's like 2.5 years, right?
Yeah, our first show aired in August of 2012.
Yeah.
Well, actually September, but I think we shot it in August.
Wow.
I don't know.
Okay. Back when our production cycle was still being worked out. But we have in the can now 68 episodes that we've produced over what we call 5 seasons. Very loosely structured around seasons. So we've done a lot of great things. We've covered a lot of awesome issues. We've had a lot of fun. And we're super grateful that you guys have been watching and that for just everywhere I go, you know, we can all say the same story. Like you just have random people come up to you and say, oh, I just loved episode blah, blah. And like, it's just really gratifying.
Which
for
we
all
love,
of us.
so don't stop doing that.
Don't stop.
Don't stop doing that. But we're announcing now that we're, at least as a regular weekly series, we're not going to continue doing Swing Nation in this format. So it's been a really... Exactly.
I wasn't informed of this decision.
So, Spud, sorry. You're fired.
No severance? What is this?
So,
As if we ever got paid for this.
This thing keeps swinging in my face.
Is it? Do you not want to have this?
You guys are killing my touching moment. Trying to have a touching moment.
Sorry, go ahead. You were saying that. What were you saying?
So it's been a great run.
Go ahead.
We've learned a lot, but it's also been a lot of work. We don't want to discount that. And there's a lot of things that we're really excited about. We're thinking about doing. So we're not going to stop doing SwingNation, but it's going to be evolving. It's probably going to go more toward some kind of specials, interviews, like things that are happening in the community that we want to point to. So don't think that we're going away, but we're not going to have the sort of regular Wednesday release of the show that hundreds and hundreds of you have been tuning into, and are really thankful for that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So that's sad, but there's great things ahead, and there's also great things behind us, and I mean literally behind us, and figuratively behind us, as in the past behind us.
Oh.
And we love nothing better than talking about ourselves, so we figured we would, revisit some of our highlights over the past 5 seasons, some of the things that we've liked best. Aside from our charming selves,
There's other things.
there's
I
other
like
things.
that. I like ourselves.
Yeah.
Rick,
We
what
like you too.
what are some of your favorites?
So let's go way back. Episode 6.
Whoa.
Wow.
Right? We were in the single digits. This was the one where I was like, we're doing something good here. We Spuds managed to get a hold of the son of Al Mins, Kevin Mins. I forget how you were in touch with him, but I think it was through
Tebow?
Mike Tebow.
Tebow.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tebow.
Then we connected with Kevin, and then we had him on the show, and really got to. It was a really interesting conversation with him. We kind of caught him at a really interesting stage of his life where he was reconnecting with his father and what his father had done, and sort of becoming aware of this Lindy Hop world that loved the work that his father had done. So it was just really cool that we were there and we got to talk to him.
I know. Yeah, and we got him at the right. I don't know what's happened with Kevin lately, but I hope he's doing well. Hope everything's great. And Mike, if you know anything, let us know, because we'd be interested in getting a follow up or whatever. But Kevin was great. Yeah. I see we have on episode 9 we talked to Summer Gentry.
Who is still a badass.
Yeah.
Yes.
Man, she's awesome.
Always.
So Summer is a mathematician, right? Dory's a doctor. Her husband, Dory Sigev.
Sure.
Yeah. I think. Yeah. But Dory and Summer, if you look them up on YouTube, you'll see all that research about pairing up donors and lenders of body parts and stuff. And
I don't think you're lending body parts. I'm pretty
Lenders?
sure once you give them up,
I want
they're
it back.
gone for good.
Where's my liver? I want my liver. But Summer was great. And that's back when we were doing 1-hour shows.
Yeah.
So she was hanging out with us the whole time. I love Summer. She's cool.
And man, she's got more energy than anyone I know. She has this like amazing career where like she's just wicked smart, and then you talk to her and she's like such a generous spirit, and she's so enthusiastic and so giving. And then you get her out on the floor at Booty in SF, and she's just like, shaking, break down.
I still need to go to that with you guys.
She literally comes to San Francisco not to go Lindy hopping, but to go to this one club where they play all mashups on one Saturday a month or something. That's kind of their thing, which is awesome.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm not the biggest fan of it because there's like so many people and it's like really unts. But with Summer, it's worth it.
Exactly.
So I'll let you guys in a little secret. Well, you guys know this, but maybe you guys don't know this. When we did the interview with Chaz Young, Norma Miller, and Chester Whitmore at Swinging at the Savoy.
Yes.
That was actually a show that we had in the can. That we had. It was basically, we prepared it for if we wanted to take a break one week, we would just air that. Well, something crazy happened with our TriCaster, and it didn't record the show that was ready for that week. So Jim and I decided, let's just run the one that was in the can.
That was the episode where Nirav was on, right?
Nirav was on, yeah.
Nirav was our special guest,
we
and
had
we
to
just
redo
lost
it.
the film somehow.
Yeah, we
it
lost.
just didn't record.
Nope. It got like a minute, and then it was like, I'm not recording that guy anymore.
I do have to say, Nirav was better the second time.
He was.
Even he admitted, like, oh yeah, it was good. So, rehearsal.
So check out that one, the Chaz, Norma, and Chester one, because it's great. It's great. What else?
What other highlights you got?
Okay, so I'm biased because she's one of my closest friends, but every time we have Joe on, it's a freaking laugh.
Oh,
riot.
forget it.
Yeah, we're done.
We're done. Let's close up. Bye-bye. Joe is... How many times did we have Joe on? Twice?
Like maybe, yeah, twice.
Twice? Yeah.
But her spirit is so big that it just seems like we've had her on like at least
I know.
once a season.
She came in a ball gown one time.
Yeah, that was
You
hilarious.
gotta
Took up
go
the
to-
whole stage, basically.
Yeah. We're just going to throw links up a lot. So you
And-
click on them and go to them.
So she shows up in a ball gown and she has things that she wants to talk about. And I don't think this probably came across to you guys, but I was trying to prompt her to get her into the things that she wanted to talk about. And she just totally forgot that she wanted to talk about anything at all. And so she was just like,
Oh, that's right.
going off on whatever. And I was like trying to get her to the topic that she suggested that she wanted to
We
get
pulled
into.
like 30 pictures.
Pictures of people.
She spent like an hour finding appropriate photos for her topic.
And then just totally forgot that she wanted to talk about
We're
it.
loading up the TriCaster with assets that never happened, folks.
That
Which is not...
it's kind of like the show, the imaginary show that didn't happen,
Right.
and then the actual show that was also amazing.
It's
No.
it's not rare that we have clips that we can't show you guys because we run out of time. So I mean, Joe's badass. Thank you so much, Joe. Bobby White is badass.
Oh,
That
Yeah.
guy. Man, share some of the talent around. will
That
you?
guy.
that guy.
That guy.
I mean, it's not fair to be like a really good dancer and really articulate and have really good hair like that. You gotta
Oh, yeah,
you can
Bobby
have
does
two.
have
You can
nice
have
hair.
two of the three. You gotta give one up. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah. And he's a nice guy too. I was
He
always.
has bad breath, I think.
Don't start spreading rumors about him.
I know. He has chronic halitosis, people.
But otherwise, perfect. So he prepared these for us, right?
Yeah, the Swing 101.
Swing 101's like a primer for people who didn't know very basic things about where this dance comes from, and just some of the really basic information that you need to do this dance. And he usually does this on his own for his own site, and he made it for SwingNation. So look those up. That was episode 36 and 42. We're just really, really grateful that he's out there putting out cool stuff, and that he, connects with us and obviously listens to us, so, or at least debates us.
Yeah, Bobby posted on my Facebook wall a few, like a week or two ago or something, about the last time that we talked about something on Swung Over, where he was talking about proactive following. And I said that it was great, and then I had some concerns. And he posted on my Facebook wall something like this long.
Yeah,
and I
it
was
was-
like, oh shit, Bobby's pissed. So I messaged him privately, and I was like, I hope you didn't take that the wrong way. I'm really sorry. Here's what I was trying to get at. And he was like, no, it was totally cool. I just wanted to continue the discussion. And I was like, oh.
I was pissed that you took it private. I want y'all to fight it out in public.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm gonna squash this and do this over here, like a regular person should. I want you to just be a crazy internet person, and be like, "What you say about me? I'll tell you." That's what I want to see.
It's not reality TV. I'm sorry.
Oh boy.
That's another one, Spuds.
Reality TV for me is when you dress up in blackface.
Oh, you're right there.
Yeah, I'll show you blackface. That's a real blackface, though. I don't want you making one up. So who was this that did this?
It was
Ksenia?
Yesenia.
Senya, yeah. She knows better now.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy, does she know better.
She did a routine. This girl, she's from Ukraine, or where's she from?
Or Russia, somewhere
Yeah.
in Eastern.
Somewhere in Russia, yeah.
Western.
Yeah.
Eastern
And
Europe.
happened to do
Europe.
a routine. What?
Europe.
Europe. Say Europe. Happened to do a routine that would probably offend a couple of African Americans
Yes.
A couple.
And lots of other people.
and lots of other people. At the top of the list is African Americans, and then everybody else. Actually, at the top of the list probably weren't African Americans because we don't watch this dance for some reason, but everybody else. But I love how she made it right because people brought it to her attention.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, this may not be a good thing for you to do, and she was totally like, really sorry. But wasn't there that other routine she did also where she
In like
Yes.
gold body paint.
in gold
Yeah.
body paint?
Or like bronze.
And I think everybody who likes the James Bond movies were then offended because she was like dressed. No,
Well, I mean, so like you dress in black, you wear blackface, and then that doesn't work out for you, and then you think, I know, I'll adopt another skin tone.
I'll do the whole body this time.
That'll go over really well. Yeah, so I really like that episode too because I really like it when we get to talk about things that are important not only in the Lindy Hop world, in the world at large that happen to apply to the Lindy Hop world. Yeah. That makes me feel really good. So I enjoyed that one too, even though I was frothing at the mouth about it at the time.
Yes. Which leads us to the other big controversy that we covered in last season, which was the Quinnell issue that we all learned way too much about, that I personally never wanted to know anything about, that we all had to do some research into this one very offensive gesture that is in French society and now all of us in Lindy Hop community know all about. So if you don't recall, there was a routine at ILHC, the last ILHC, that included a number of basically really offensive gestures, anti-Semitic gestures. And we were, I guess, fortunate enough to have as the videographer and our friend, Patrick Schmidt, who we interviewed and really gave us the lowdown on the issue and sort of how it came up and what it means in French society to do it. And I think we played a pretty important role in like getting other people to, to understand it and to really see that it was a big deal. I mean, I don't know if there's any longer term implications for future ILHC or whatever, but I think we played a pretty good part in that conversation.
Yeah. It was pretty clutch to have Patrick Schmidt on, considering he's French and Jewish.
Yeah.
Like he's probably in our community one of very few people who could speak like super informed about this sort of thing.
Yeah, actually a citizen of Israel as well.
And a citizen of Israel.
He was like, that was really clutch. So I guess I would be remiss if I didn't mention that time when there was Peter on, when I was in Italy getting engaged. Peter scooped me and announced his engagement on my show when I was in Italy getting engaged. And he knew too. He knew, because he talked to, I guess, Nina Gilkinson about it. And Carl had been like really excited, apparently, and like giggling like a little schoolgirl, and talking to Nina about how he was going to do that when he was teaching at Hawkeye the weekend before. Nina put 2 and 2 together and was like, "Oh, I see." And so Peter knew that we were getting engaged while he was on the show and scooped me. So I guess that was fine. Whatever.
We got a lot of good traffic from that.
Yeah, we did.
So Peter and Naomi have a date for their wedding, and we saw them recently when they were here for Fox City Stomp. And so Peter was like, "Oh, hey, do you guys have a date?" And Carl's like, "Yeah, it's blank," which is the date of their wedding. And Peter was like,
"No."
Oh. We're like, no. We're totally kidding. We're totally kidding.
Okay. That's funny.
You're welcome.
Well, congratulations, everybody is getting married. I love all the Charlestons.
Oh, okay.
Charleston, I think I want to say that we helped a little bit with the Charleston insanity. I hope we made a drop in the bucket, because we were featuring an Charleston almost every week.
Yeah.
Right? And we also had the guys who did, I think you're right. But the guys who did the Charleston in space.
Oh, yeah.
With the little space dog.
Yeah.
We had 4 of those guys. And I think it was Andrew Rosario was one of the guys who directed that. So yeah, keep the Charlestons, keep them going. I love it. It's pushing our dance, and it's pushing our view of our dance too. So now you see these beautiful towns, and you see people Lindy hopping, which is terrific,
Yeah.
And bringing up the production value on these things, oh my God.
Yeah.
They're getting so nice.
I think it's almost to the point where it used to be you could basically just like film your friends in like 3 parts of your town and put it up, and everybody like, "Oh, it's so cute, it's Charleston, name of our town." And now you would do it and be like, "That's not good enough. We really gotta work on it, guys. There's too many amazing Charlestons. We can't just put out like an okay one, because like every time it just gets crazier and crazier."
True. Having Sylvia Sykes on was pretty great, because she just, I could listen to her talk for days. She just got like so many great things to tell us, having been here for the entire course of pretty much like modern Lindy Hop. the amount that she travels, how, how much she travels, 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 intuitive isn't the word. How in touch she is with what's going on all around the world in dance, and her perspective as like part of it, and also just sort of standing back and looking at it. I found that extraordinarily valuable.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sylvia's great.
Yeah.
We interviewed, I say we, Yehoodi.com, right? Me with a little handheld recorder that actually recorded on tape. I interviewed Sylvia back in 1999.
Oh, wow.
And I wish I could find that.
You had electricity back then?
Wow.
We didn't have television, that's why I was using a tape. And even then, she was terrific. She was so. This was at Dance Manhattan, which is now gone, also.
Man, sounds cool.
So we also interviewed Sky. I should say that Nicole interviewed Sky.
She did it.
Friend of mine watched that show.
I was trying to ask the hard-hitting questions.
You did. A friend of mine watched the show, and she was like, "So you were on that show, right?" I was like, "I was totally on that show." And she was like, "You didn't say a word." I was like, I was starstruck. I didn't know what to say. I was literally like, oh my God, I just want him to keep talking. And, you know.
He's got a very nice voice.
He has a very nice voice. And it also is hard to get him to kind of be comfortable and unpack some of the things that are going on. And like once we kind of got him talking about like cultural differences between living in Europe and the United States, I was just like, I want, you know.
Yeah.
That's one of the awesome things about whatever SwingNation is going forward, is that not being limited to this like 30-minute time slot that we have. We can do more than like a 10-minute interview with people like Sky. We can like take the time to get into it and like really get all the tease out all the awesome things that we want to hear.
Yeah. So maybe it's a good transition to talk about what might be in the future of Yehoodi.
Well, I just want to mention real quick to say one of our first and awesome interviews was actually with Annie Trudeau.
Oh, of course.
That's right.
Yeah.
And she was terrific. She was so, you know, I'm usually the guy to try and kind of book the guests, because some of them I kind of know a little better than the rest of the crew. So I'll still be scared, right? I'll be like, Annie, would it be okay if we interviewed you? And she's like, yeah, totally cool. Yeah, when do you want to do it? Whatever. Blah 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 blah. And it's like, oh, okay, all right, okay. You know, it's like, oh, it's just ask. That's it. Yeah. That's all it is. So she was terrific. She was great. And we also had Tomas was on, and we had Juan and Kevin was in studio a couple of times.
Yeah.
Kevin Saint Laurent.
Coach DeLaurent.
I got to say, the one thing about Kevin and Joe is they were from day one they just embraced our idea.
Yeah.
And it wasn't for any gain of theirs. It was totally, and when they were here, they were so professional. They were like, where do you need us to be? What do you need to do? Da, da, da. That's why we use them on ILHC, and that's why we use them on Frankie 100.
Certainly has nothing to do with the fact that they're hilarious.
They are hilarious too, yeah.
And amazing.
Well, they're really supportive of anybody that's going to strike out and do creative work like this. They're really big on
They're pretty great.
That is true. So thank you guys so much for being there, and you know, you'll be there for us in the future. Which brings us to the future.
The future with jetpacks.
With jetpacks and
where's my hoverboard? Where's my mother effing hoverboard?
Did you
It
see
sort
them?
of exists, but
It sort of exists, but
only on metal.
Yeah, only
streets.
certain thing, and for like 12 seconds.
Yeah.
It's like the Wright brothers. It'll happen.
All
Look
right.
at your goddamn hoverboard.
I'm waiting.
So I'm supposed to read this. I'll start with reading this, and I'll just talk from my heart for a little bit. We have a lot of ideas. Look, what? These kids know how the sausage is made now. We have a lot of ideas and projects in the near
I don't want to
future.
know how your sausage is made.
Come on, girl. Let me show you how the sausage is made.
You definitely can't do a Bill Cosby voice with that content anymore.
No.
That is definitely verboten. The Bill Cosby, unfortunately.
I like you a lot, but he's done some bad things.
That's my go-to impersonation.
But you're great as you are. You're great.
I guess I have to do Stevie.
All right, you can do Stevie.
Stevie.
Yeah,
Can we get him on the show?
Well, we're gonna go see him in a couple days.
Jealous.
Maybe I'll ask him.
Oh man.
We have a lot of ideas for what we're gonna do with SwingNation. Like Rick mentioned earlier, I can get serious and take this off for a minute. Oh God.
Get the fuzz out.
Yeah, the fuzz is all in my hair. Let me comb it out. Woo! Cut to him.
Sexy.
Damn.
I like that you're molting as you do that, Spuds.
Oh my God, there's a lot of crap in my hair. Good luck, dude.
It's just like little bits floating.
Yeah. That was the wrong thing to do. So yeah, we're looking at doing a lot of neat stuff for SwingNation. We love producing videos and recording podcasts and producing live events. We're not going to stop. You know, as far as our resources can take us, we're going to keep doing the ILHCs and the live events that we can get our hands on. Because Yehoodi.com, we're all about. We're trying to bring this to the masses and for free, and it's hard sometimes. But we'd love to know what your ideas are. If you guys are interested in seeing us do any special things, like a couple of the things we did do over breaks is we would do special edition Swing Nations where we had the Decavitas.
Jonathan
right here.
Stout.
We had Jonathan Stout right here. I'll give myself time to put it in. And on the Quinnell thing was a special too that we already mentioned. Yeah, so let us know. Post it in Yehoodi.com. Post it on the Reddit thread. Post it under the YouTube comments. We'll be looking. We'll be checking.
We'll be watching you.
We'll be watching you. So
every post you make, every claim you stake.
So listen. What was I going to say? Now I'm just thinking of that song. Yeah. So what we want to do is, or what I want to say. Thank you. Here we go. I'm getting a little.
Verklempt.
Oh yeah.
Group hug.
This is why we're here to lighten the atmosphere for you.
And you're not getting out of this. You're going to come over here before we close.
We're going to sing Kumbaya. And you're going to like it.
I don't know the words to Kumbaya.
There's 3 of them.
From the beginning, we wanted to always venture out and do something for this community that is of a high standard, because this community means a lot to us, and a high quality. And SwingNation is like our gift, so to speak, or this is how we want people to see the Lindy Hop. We want to. This is a complicated setup here. We do a lot, but we wouldn't have it any other way. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And for me, this is the most fun I have every other week. And I'm not going to miss these guys. I can't go into I'm going to miss because I see these guys all the time. We're going to come up with some cool shit. But I think we've reached a plateau that's going to be hard to for others to reach. Yeah. I'm really happy that we got to do this for you guys and all the viewers. We're really, really proud to have you guys as viewers. I don't know what else to say. I mean, this is not goodbye. That's the problem. I can't be like sad and say we're leaving, because we're not leaving, but you'll see a lot of cool stuff come out of this. And remember SwingNation as a weekly, because we're not doing it weekly anymore. I do want to thank a bunch of people, though, and I wanted to do this kind of manually. Okay. So, of course, I want to thank my buddies. Cut to me for a second. I'm going to thank you, the viewer, first and foremost. Because without you, right there, James, without you, and Jasmine, well, she's on here, right? We wouldn't have this show. Outside of that, I want to thank my co-hosts here who are awesome. We started at the Yehoodi Talk Show. We did a video show. Now we're doing this. Me, Nicole Zuckerman, Rick Panganiban. That's how you pronounce his name.
That's not how you pronounce my name.
Nicole Zuckerman?
Nicole. That's how you say Nicole.
Zuckerman. 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 The show is produced by myself and Frank Delario. Got to say thank you for Frank.
Frankie boy.
Even though he's never here, he is here because he set all this stuff up. I mean, we wouldn't happen without him.
He's always listening.
He's always listening. He's always around. Jerry Almonte and Rick Panganiban. So Jerry helped us out like the first couple of seasons and got us really rolling. Jerry, and say thank you for everything you do on the internet and everything. Keep it going. What Rita's blogs. Rick is the man that pulls his stuff together all the time. Well, Rick and Nicole, and I watch them be awesome. Set design by Jeremy Harris. Don't forget all these cool things we did with Jeremy. Go to JeremyHarrisDesigns.com. We can't forget the man behind. Now you're gonna cut to the wide, and you're gonna come over here, Jim. Jim Thorpe.
Punk ass Jim, ladies and gentlemen.
Come around this way. Jim Thorpe.
Yay.
There he goes. Here he is.
Make it in the camera. Hi.
He has a face.
Yeah, this guy, you're going to stay here. This guy, we wouldn't have a show without this guy, period. There's no way we could have a show without Jim. So thank you so much, Jim. And
Yeah.
he's kind of suffering in the background and never gets any of the credit, but now he's getting credit. SwingNation dancers, Nicole Friedman, wherever you are, hello. Thank you for being in there. Kirk Theroux. I always say his name wrong.
True?
Theroux.
I don't know.
It's New Orleans.
I
think he'll forgive
I have
you.
no idea.
Nicole and Kirk were the ones in the backdrops here. Bobby Bonzi took Nicole's picture
Yay.
And I insist on crediting him every time we mention it.
in the show open, so check that out.
It's just such a great, it's like one of those great pictures.
It is, isn't it?
Anyway, sorry.
Casey McGill, I asked Casey if he could do a song for us, and he knocked it out the park. So thank you so much, Casey. And thank you everybody who plays the song or sings the song.
It's so
Every
freaking
time I play
catchy.
that show opener, all of these guys are bouncing at the table.
It's so
While
good.
you're watching it, they're bouncing.
You
And
can't
singing
get tired.
along.
The best.
I did
Singing.
choreography to it.
She did a 60-second showcase. Matt Weiner also wrote the song with Casey. Big thanks to Chromium Studios, which is where we shoot, and hopefully we'll be able to shoot here some more. Tony Westling, he probably doesn't even know we're giving him a shout out, but he saved our show.
Definitely.
So thank you, Tony, and thank you, Chromium. And Kirk, Iris, and Dahlia, thank you so much, because Kirk, as always, a 920 Special, has always supported us from the beginning.
You're thinking the little infant?
And I'm thinking Dahlia, who's friends with Micah. Mark Dorsey, of course, helped us out a ton. James and Marissa,
Yep.
biggest fans. Thank you so much. I got Omar Myers right here because he's always around.
Yeah.
And Jasmine.
Absolutely.
How do you say her last name? Tabasara?
Tabasara.
Tabasara. She's right there. She was actually lifting stuff for us when we like go to ILHC and stuff. Like she's like just
Helping.
a great fan.
Just 'cause.
We've got great people.
So, did you have a closer? Because I'm gonna cry.
No, I can't. How you gonna top that?
You can't top it.
I feel like
Such a
I need
tender
to
soul.
set off the balloons and streamers and fireworks. And can you do that in post?
No, not anymore.
So this isn't the end,
No.
but this is the end of this season.
Yes.
So thank you guys for joining us for this season. It's been a pretty great one. You can still email us, news@yehoodi.com.
Totally.
On the Facebooks, we are not going to go anywhere. There's Yehoodi and SwingNation. On Twitter, @Yehoodi, @Spuds, @SuckerPunch, @Recomatic, @PunkAssJim. Or subscribe to our channel on YouTube, which would be a really great idea now. Especially since it's not going to come out weekly anymore. You won't be able to just be like, oh, Wednesday, I'll just tune in. You want to know when the specials are going to come out, so you definitely want to subscribe. Search for Yehoodi. So, thank you guys. This
And
has
have
been
happy
great.
holidays.
Keep
Here.
swinging out.
You swing.
Hit that jive, close the door, get the carpet off the floor. Swing Nation,
People grooving together.
Lindy Bow, Charleston too. Rhythm is our golden rule. Swing Nation,
People grooving together.
all around the planet. Gates are in the groove. Don't have to understand it. You just have to move. Truck on down, pimp your stroll. Put some jelly on that roll. Swing Nation,
People grooving together.